and I'm Nikita, Arendse, the presenter. And today on the couch we have an amazing person. Not just person, but guest presenter by the name of
Rowland.
Sean. It is amazing to have you on the show today.
Thank you. I'm very privileged to be on the plane too.
I'm excited to have a show with you. So, not just do we have a guest presenter, but also a guest on the couch, the hot seat, Mr. Brandon Lee Brown. Welcome, Brandon.
Thank you for having me.
So, Brandon, tell me a bit about yourself.
About myself, what I can say about myself is I'm a young person that grew up in Mitchell's Plain, and everyone have this mindset about Mitchell's Plain that when you're a youngster, this is the road how you're gonna go. It's either you're gonna be a gangster or you're gonna end up in drugs. But for me, I didn't look at my surrounding. I focused on my goals and where I want to be in life, and I don't care where I am in what area I am, where I am. I always look at myself and I set myself a high standard so I can follow it. And I'm currently studying. I'm a full-time student at the college, and yeah, and life is good for me so far.
So, Brandon, tell us about yourself, your hobbies, any siblings, anyone?
I have two annoying brothers. When you grow up with siblings, like I'm the youngest out of the three brothers, and I used to be bullied by them. I was the youngest, but they were the two ones that was shy, and I was the one that was outspoken. So I would get them back when we had to speak in front of people or stuff. I would always put them on the spot. But for me, they are a good role model as a father, because I grew up without a father. And in today's society, if you grow up without a father, it's heavy on you as a person.
Yes.
And to have a brother that's hardworking, my middle brother, he's done studying, he's a boilermaker. And
Wow.
my other brother, he went to George to go work there, so he left me. You better come back for my 21st, because I'm having a 21st. I'm turning 21 next 2 weeks time, so
Oh,
yeah.
lovely. I better be invited.
All of you,
So
so
true.
the whole crew is invited.
Oh, lovely, lovely. So, would you say that your brothers are like your inspiration, like the people that keep you going?
There's not this, but they're not actually
Oh.
my inspiration. My inspiration is obviously my mother. Like, I'm all for single parents. Like,
Yes.
I don't care if you have 5 parents. I don't care. I'm all for a single parent, because my mother, she raised myself and my brothers alone, and she started as a cleaner, and today she's a manager at the company.
Wow.
And she specializes in blinds, so if you need blinds for your house, I can hook you up for cheap.
Oh, love it, love it.
So, we heard about your brothers,
Yeah.
boiler making, and the one that is currently in George. So, tell us about your passion or anything that you are doing at the moment.
My passion, I was singing since the age of 1 year old. I'm not sure. Can you sing at that age?
Oh, I
It was such a player that age.
But my mommy always used to say, Brandon, stop singing. You're making a noise in the house every single day. It's like my passion. And like, I grew up in church. I sang for about a few years in church. And then I met friends that do it professionally. And yeah, and I also play the instrument, the keyboard. And I'm also training young people up to do the same thing I'm doing. And yeah, it's just music makes the world go around, not just money.
So, would you say that like I'm gonna leave like the music things for later because I wanna get into that
No
because that
problem.
sounds really interesting. I wanna know like about yourself, like how is you like what's this college, right? How is college and things? Because as a youngster, like you just want to party and things. We're at this age where look here, parties are really good. So like, how do you keep yourself focused and things? And what are you studying at college?
I'm currently studying business management diploma, and then I will do my 4th year degree in project management. But how do I handle? You see, it's funny you say this because recently I got like all my friends are like turning 21, so I got like invitation for after parties and all of that stuff. And I told myself, if I am going in that field or doing stuff like that, it's gonna get me off track. And so I told myself, I'm inviting some of these people to my 21st, and if I don't go to their 21st, then it's gonna look bad.
Yes.
But then I was thinking about myself and my standards, and then all I do is tell them I'm not gonna go. If it's partying and all of that stuff, I know where it's gonna lead to at the end of the day. I've seen people they drink, they party, they end up having no money. So if you see there's an example of nowhere in life, why go the same path? It's just stupidity. I like use your brain. But for me, like if I set standards, I stick to it, and that's how I make it. I don't be influenced by any cockroach or fiction or stuff. I stay focused.
So you have a very determined attitude. How in a very busy lifestyle, how do
So-
you juggle it all?
I don't have time for myself. I don't know. I think yeah, but I think like I'm a very busy person. I'm outspoken. So if I'm gonna be at home in bed, I'm gonna feel depressed and then have to listen to Adele songs, which is also depressing.
Yes.
But for me, like I set myself goals and standards and also how I work through it. So I don't overdo myself. I don't overwork myself. I do music. I do business. I do acting. I do like with the youth organization where we do human videos. It's a new thing, but it's with music. It's like art, and I also do mime dancing. But what I do is I don't overdo one thing over the other thing. I focus on one thing, which is firstly the singing, which annoys my mom every day, and then the other stuff comes afterwards.
So like, I'm just thinking now. You were speaking about music, you were speaking about art, you were speaking about the business thing, and like you're singing and things. Where did the whole I'm gonna go study business management come in? Like after the singing thing, like you just said that singing is your first passion.
Yeah. Everyone say if you are gonna study music, they always say, "Hey, it's heavy to study music. You might not make it because everyone say I want to be a singer. Oh, another singer, another musician, another piano player." But for me, the challenge is they say it's either you find a job that's gonna give you a stable income, or you go for your passion that might not happen because in the music industry in South Africa is not as the United States of America, because if you have this mindset, I'm gonna be famous and you're living in wonderland, it's never gonna happen. But I think you need to balance it out. Like for me, the reason why I chose business management is because the only way you're gonna get rich is when you work for yourself.
Yes.
Because if you're gonna work at a company, yes, it's a stable income, but you're making someone else rich. But if you work for yourself, start your own business, I believe you have more room and space to grow.
Wow, thank you so much, Brandon. You're Sean. Yeah.
Oh,
It's a lot to
exciting
think. I'm
too.
loving it.
Exciting.
And I know you loving it. So how fast? How would I? Hey, leave it. Leave that remote control. We're coming back now.
Hello, you are watching the Plain Talks. I'm Sean Rowland,
And I'm Nikita Arendse.
and we are with Brandon. So, Brandon, tell us more about your music profession.
Where do I start? Yeah. Music for me, I think like music has the most power to influence someone. You can walk in the mall and listen to music without you knowing you're singing the song all day on your way home. That's the effect of music. And I think for music, for people, it also carries people through certain situations in life. And for me, like my mother is a singer. She sings. My auntie, I don't want to mention the name because then she's going to feel quiet.
Make him feel quiet.
No. Okay, I'll say her name is Rachel Palot. And then also my grandma and her sister sings. So I'm the only guy in the family that sings. So I'm like the Luther Vandross in the family, you know? Okay, maybe. Not. Okay, he sounds so thick, his voice. But okay, I'm not like him. But music in general for me, like, it's just a passion. I went to a music school when I was 11 years old. And then in that time, I went through a tough time, something that happened in my family. And the first song I ever sang was a song of Jonathan Butler. And that guy was like my idol with the guitar. And then that's the first song that they had a concert. They hosted a concert after the music school. And then I sang in front of about 300 people.
Wow.
For my first time, my legs was like a newborn bok, you know, when the legs go so. I was like, I was nervous. But after that, I've been working with young people in our community. I'm also a youth worship team leader at our church, local church. And I've been working with our young people, and we're busy training up people like I believe in passing on the baton. You know, when
Yes.
you get people, if they have a title, they want to let go.
Yes.
They stingy, man. You need to let go, train people up. I mean, you're gonna get old. Who's gonna take your place?
Yes.
So I believe in training the next generation up and encouraging them in passing on the baton, so that the music can flow.
Lovely. So like, how did you get involved in the whole I'm gonna do the youth thing? Like, there's sometimes you can be like, oh, I'm just like teach my friends how to sing or something. Like, how did because some people don't have that courage or something, that they're not brave enough to actually say, look here, let's like teach the youth. So how did you get into that?
Let me start with the youth. I was one of the smaller kids in Sunday school. I was the naughtiest child ever. Like people, when you have a naughty child, you just want get out of the class. I was that child, that naughty child. And we had an organization called Yo-Yo Club where we do holiday programs with kids in the community, over 400 kids, where we feed them, do life skills and all of that kind of stuff. And one of the ladies that's running this for years, I have to salute her. Her name is Sally Young and Donnie Young. They are amazing. They ran this holiday club for years now. Even if finances is not there, like donations, they take out of their pockets. And I salute that people. I was one of those children, a child where they had to train back then, and now I'm one of the leaders, and not just a leader, I also train leaders with Sally in our youth. And for me, I was always verbarig with my mouth.
Yeah.
I speak a lot. If I'm on stage, I do my thing. I don't care where I am. I'm not shy. I don't care if you throw me in a deep end. I don't care. But for me, it's just like that helped me and groomed me to become more confident as a person in life. You see, people take the small things for granted in life, like what you do in a community programs. That stuff will build is going to make you a better person where you need to be in life.
Wow, that is amazing.
So, about working with the youth, how do you, as one who was there, how does it feel now that you are working with the younger ones?
Because like you know how it was when you were a small child, like you were the naughty one. So how do you for the naughty children and stuff?
For me, you have to come down on their level. You see, if you meet someone that's difficult, don't go down to their level. Like I always say, when you speak to a child, you cannot stand and speak to that child in a firm voice, because they look up to you, you are humongous, your head is big, you have a fat foot, and they just see this big person. But if you go down to them, you speak, because this is the thing we do at Yo-Yo Club. We don't know the backgrounds of that child. That child might be abused at home. Here you come with the same firm attitude like his father do, abuse a child at home. What you do is, it's all about love. You be firm and you speak with love. And the young people in our youth, like when I communicate with them, like sometimes I'm a bit naughty with them. We have fun, and then at the same time I flip on them and say, hey, listen to Auntie Sally, but I was with them doing the naughty stuff. But they know, but it's part of the process. And yeah, I think for young people, dealing with them, it just makes you a better person. And a lot of young people look up to you. And I am honored for a lot of young people to look up to me, because I didn't have a father to look up to. And to be a male role model for other young people to live right, do right, have goals in life and do that. I think that's for me selfless and a blessing.
Wow, that's amazing. Because just think about it though. You are 20 and like so many people look up to you already, and that's amazing. Tell me about like your personal singing, your solo artist kind of thing.
It started at my school. I don't want to mention the school, but I don't want to give that school too much credit because I don't like the school actually. Okay. I'm joking. Well, they're gonna kill me.
Whoa,
Okay, I matriculated in 2014, but I started when I was in matric. All my classmates knew I was a singer. I used to go to band and stuff and concerts. I went to Artscape in town. I did shows there with a few of my friends. I also went to Baxter Theatre, met a few local celebs. And a lot of people don't know this. I do it in my own spare time and stuff. But I mean, it started in matric, and then as it went on, I was performing on school already. And then after that, people like would see me at events like local concerts in our community churches and stuff. They would ask me to come sing at concerts and stuff. So it's been like on and off for years. And then one of my lecturers in our class, it was one of the kids' birthday, and I sang happy birthday. But you know, when you be like Whitney Houston or Mariah Carey, you add all the runs, and I was singing, oh, all of that kind of. I don't sing like that now, but. And then the lecturer said, you have a good voice, and then he knows people that produce, and then he took me to the people at Grand West. They have St. George's Hall there in Grand West, and then they gave me an opportunity to sing there every Friday night, and then they will pay you like lots of money. But the only problem with that was I knew I wasn't ready. I still have my studies, I still have commitments and stuff, but who knows what the future holds. And the reason why people call me B because of my name Brandon. And then, you know, a bee buzzes,
Yes.
and I like honey. So I made it bee vocals, so wherever I go, people say bee vocals. It's also my Instagram name everywhere.
Wow. Wait, Brandon, we're gonna come back to you because we wanna know so much more. So,
The music's got good.
I'm in love you. Guys, if you want more B vocals, stay tuned, man.
You're watching Plain Talks. I'm Rowland,
And I'm Nikita, Arendse.
and we're here with Brandon. So, Brandon, tell us about your musical genre.
Firstly, I think like I don't want to speak about Whitney Houston because he died and it's sad. But every singer that you know or famous person, most of them, I can guarantee you, 80% of them started in church. Like it's always the career started in church, and they sang in church and always. Like for me, my genre would be mainly gospel, but I love my jazz on the side. You know, jazz just give you that inner blues that wanna come out. You know, even though some people make you angry and you wanna maybe punch them on the nose.
Yeah.
And then that jazz just calms you. You know,
Yes.
smooth. Yeah.
I love it. So, like, tell me, as a person, like a normal person, teenager and things, how do you actually like advertise yourself? If you don't like go to church or something, how do you advertise yourself?
That's an interesting question because with advertising yourself, you can come across arrogant, being prideful, etc. But I know there's a saying, I don't know where it's from, I don't know if it's in the Bible or something, or it's on TV, or it's in the news ad, but it says your gift will make room for you. And I stick to that. Like, if you do your gift, if you focus on your gift, and other people see it, I believe that doors will open. People will speak about you with other people, and that's how doors open. And I don't believe in promoting yourself in the way that, hey, it's about me. But if you stick to who you are and stay true to who you are, I believe that that's advertisement in itself. Yeah.
So, like, oh, sorry, you go.
Oh,
You
thank
go.
I'm
So, like,
excited to interview. I'm so honored now.
with your motivation and everything, so there has to be something behind it. Who is the artist that you look up to?
Firstly, there's two artists that I look up to. First, the one artist is obviously God, always first, and then the second artist is you know, there's an artist that carries you, that you always look to, you imitate, and that is Israel Houghton. Yeah.
So, like, why?
Because we sing the same. I know I sing better than him, but
Yes, the confidence.
you know, people think, hey, if I'm just playing. No, but just because he's famous now and have a big career, you think you can't find people better than me. Okay, I'm joking. But to be humble, our voices sound similar, so whenever you hear something similar to you, that's what you're most attracted to. So I love his genre of music, the way he does, and he's a modern singer.
Would you say that you put yourself, a bit of yourself, into your music?
I think every singer or performer or dancer do that. They put themselves in their craft or art, whatever they do. So if you don't put yourself in, I think you're just gonna imitate the next person or the next artist. So it has to be yourself. Like when I always sing, people would say, "Why do you sing with so much emotion? Why do you sing with so much passion?" Like the one person called me, "When you sing, your face looks like a fratzy," because you know, fratzy is like a crumb, and I sing, my face go, "Ooh."
Yes, so much emotion.
But I feel it, man, and I believe if you don't feel it, then what's the point? It's just you putting on a show that's not genuine. So,
So, would you want to sing fast? Like, do you want to give the kids a show or something?
I'll,
Viewers?
I'll do it at the end.
At the end,
Yeah,
okay.
on
I
the
will
stage.
keep you to that. I'm serious. Okay. So you said that before, like in the previous segment, you were saying that you did things like at the artscape and stuff like that, like in your own time,
Yeah.
right? So like, how was the? How did you get to like to do that? Because wasn't there like difficulties? Look here, you can't do this. You can't do this. Da 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 da. That
Yeah.
kind of thing.
You know, people always say that, like, people that know you, it's always sometimes closest people that breaks you down. And I think like if you believe in yourself and you close your ears from the stinky mouth that's poison to your ears, just cut them off and focus on yourself. I think with the artscape and the Baxter Theatre, I think it's always about like when you go out there into the music industry, you meet people, and like I said, people, if they hear someone that's good, if they hear someone that they talk to other people, and that's how doors open. And the same with artscape and with Baxter Theatre. I think that was an amazing experience because that people have shows for people overseas,
Yes.
big artists, and I did a show with that people a few times. For me, it was an amazing experience, and I'm still in contact with the people. Like, you know, if you need contacts with any shows, and people, I can hook you up. I'm your guy.
Oh,
It's nice to hear. But,
Yes, but I think it's Mala also. Yeah.
so, like, do you think that music has made you the man you are today?
Yeah. That's a deep question. I won't say make, but I would say music is part of the process. That's the only way I can say that. Yeah.
so like you were talking about music and everything. How did that turn into mining as well?
You know, our youth went to Durban. We're busy planning to go to Europe, but we went last year to Durban for to do some outreach there and ministry, and that we went to a conference or a servicing, and this lady told me that you have multiple gifts, and she didn't know me from Tusu.
Wow.
I don't know what that means, but she didn't know me from Pitfan, whatever. And she was like, you know, Brandon, you have multiple talents, but you know how they speak, but just in the Indian way, in the curry way, in the strong way. But and then she told me, and then like for me, whenever I dance, like this guy Robin, he's a brilliant. He works in the arts and stuff. I did a mime there at his event once, and then that was the time I started. And for me, it's like I know that I was called to do arts, performing arts. Whenever I express myself in whatever performing way, I do it with all my heart and with all my passion. I would see that people are blessed, and people would tell me, okay, the feedback is like, okay, because I wasn't a dancer, I wasn't interested. I just, okay, I'm gonna do this, there's an opportunity, and then it's been going on ever since. And yeah, I love expressing myself in a crazy paint.
Yes.
When you paint your face, you like covered, so I'm gonna go behind that mask and go push. So that's what I do.
So we are at the end of our show now, and you said that you're gonna sing first.
Okay, is there
Are
any
you getting-
request?
Do you
I think
think?
a song of his
Yes,
choice
a
would
song
be
of your
preferred.
choice.
Okay. You guys are putting me on the spot.
Ah,
I hope,
sorry, man.
I'm getting paid for this. You know? I don't sing for free.
You
They
will
get
get
in
paid
chills.
by the people that's watching, and you're inspiring them and things, you know. So like,
Yeah, people, please, it's 100 an hour.
Wow.
No,
Whoa,
I'm
lucky
gonna.
we-
wow.
Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna sing just one, two lines. It's my favorite song. You know, when you're impatient and you don't want to wait for things,
Yes.
Yes.
you know, bad things happen and then you go for other stuff. So there's a song that says, I don't mind waiting, I don't mind waiting on the Lord. And that song kept me forever and forever and ever and ever. So yeah, I can't believe I'm going to sing it now. Okay. So if you know the song, just click with me. No,
Okay.
don't feel so awkward. We have black on, it feels like a funeral, but
Ooh.
I'm gonna make it work. Okay. I don't mind waiting. I don't mind waiting. I don't mind waiting on you, Lord. I don't mind waiting. I don't mind waiting. I don't mind waiting on
understand now why you will think you are the best.
No.
You-
I want to remain humble. I'm sorry.
I love
Too
it.
late.
You-
Too late.
That's a wow.
Too late.
Wow.
We finally. Ooh.
Guys, if you love the show, look here, find it on YouTube again, and then watch it again and again and again.
Please,
And
please.
Facebook, like our page. Sean, this was amazing, right?
Obvious. I'm so glad I could be here today.
So guys, that's all from us for now. So,
Stay
stay
about.
about.